A very happy morning to one and all. We'll be starting very shortly. And meanwhile, kindly use the chat box to let us know about you. So kindly post your name, designation, and your location so that we'll be able to understand the amount of reach we are being able to make during these sessions. Kindly post your name, designation, your institution, and your location in the chat box. Praveen sir, do I have you with me?
Yes, Abdul sir, I am very much available.
Yeah, I think we are good to go, sir.
Yes, yes. Yes, you can start, sir.
Yeah, start. Hello, sir. Yeah,
Hello.
fine. Very good morning to one and all present here, and very excited and happy to meet you all once again in this knowledge series provided by SVC Virtual Campus. And a huge heartfelt thanks before we start this program. So thank you for all the love and support which you people have been providing us for the past more than a year nearly. So those who are new here, I'd like to make a short introduction about SVCT Virtual Campus. Virtual Campus is an off-roading venture which was started by Sri Venkateswara College of Technology during the initial periods of lockdown. So we wanted to engage people during lockdown, and we want to ensure that learning continued for everyone. So we started Virtual Campus as a just as a small webinar series, but the consistent support and the love from you people kept us going, and we got so many requests and so many suggestions that made us realize that there is a huge skill gap which needs to be addressed in an open platform like this, so that anyone sitting anywhere at any corner of the country would get access to technology and latest updates and will be able to update themselves. So that made us partner with various leading developing organizations in the sector, and we were able to train people, and we are so happy with the feedback that some people say that they were able to learn something new which they have not been able to do so far, but this particular venture had helped them learn particular technology, and some people were able to move up in their career ladder, and some people also landed in a job because of the skill they got through Virtual Campus. And we are so happy to be such a great launchpad for people, and we are happy that we are able to skill people mostly free of cost, and we are able to reach people all over across the country. And this particular support and hard work has brought us somewhere near close to 1 lakh participants. We have impacted nearly 1 lakh lives during the past 8 to 9 months. So it is a real pleasure, and it's a great pleasure to be associated with you people, and real heartfelt thanks to all the participants for the consistent support. So we've been conducting successful webinar programs, boot camps, training sessions, short-term training programs, and everything. And the knowledge series, which got a very good response from you people, and we are continuing it still now. And we are able to cover everything from artificial intelligence right to photography, and whatever is your passion, and we take you one step closer towards that. And with that note, once again, thanks for all the lovely participants for supporting us for all these days. And with that note, I'd like to make a small introduction of Mr. Praveen Kumar, who has kindly accepted our invitation and joined with us today. Thank you so much for joining with us, sir. It is a pleasure having you with us.
Thank you. Thank you.
So with that note, I'd like to introduce Mr. Svc Praveen Kumar, who is an aeronautical engineer and alumnus of IIM Calcutta. And he also has a project management certification from IIT Delhi. And he is the founder and CEO of a company called as Appstar Global, which specializes in artificial intelligence, Industry 4.0 and 5.0. Along with this company, he has handled various global projects like GPRS simulation for Nokia networks in Finland, and device manufacturing for hardcore technologies in Singapore. And they also worked on implementation of data compression algorithm in one of the leading companies in tech thumb drive. And they have also worked for various prototypes like Microsoft, Google, Warner Bros, Philips, etc. And they are currently implementing Industrial 4.0 and through artificial intelligence and IoT in Asia's leading shipping ports for optimizing port operations and maintaining the productivity of ports by using artificial intelligence based vision technologies. And they have provided various IoT solutions and AI solutions that is making the world a better place. They have been covering areas like smart farming, smart shipping ports, and smart cities, smart properties, smart offices, smart airports, smart homes, facility management systems, smart lockers, and many more. And they also agreed to train you people on all such advanced technologies of the future. And with that note, as a small basic introduction and an introductory program, we'll be sharing today about his knowledge on how artificial intelligence will be used to solve crime scenes investigations, to solve complex crimes and help prevent crimes before they could occur, so that we could save a lot of life and property. So it's a pleasure having you with us once again, sir. With that note, I'll like to hand over it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your wonderful and marvelous introduction. What a language fluency. I think definitely you are a great boon to the college and for the students as well. First, I would like to thank the management, the revolutionary management of SVCT, the chairman, the vice chairman, the CEO, and all the staff, including Mr. Abdul Wahid, for organizing this wonderful webinar. Not only this, I'm seeing for the past couple of years, they're taking, especially vice chairman is taking an extraordinary efforts in bringing the industry live inside the campus. His vision of bringing the industry into the campus is marvelous and extraordinary, no words to tell, because the life force of engineering today lies in giving the industry knowledge, because it's slowly fading away. The phase between the industry and academia is slowly fading away. So what he is doing is a marvelous job in trying to connect. That is an old story. Trying to bridge the gap between industry and academic is an old story. The new story he is bringing in is bringing the industry itself inside his campus, running a live companies inside the campus. That is an extraordinary thought, and he has already getting succeeded in the first step of virtual campus by bringing the ocean of knowledge from different domains across the globe. That is a specialty. Wherever he uses his network influence, whatever he got in his lifetime, and he is putting everything for the growth of his college and his students. And one more appreciation for the free education he's providing at a cost of nearly 2 crores per year. That is mind blowing. And after seeing this, we from the industry want to extend our hand in providing the state of the art technology, and whatever we are doing live in the industry, we will be giving the same technology, not the demo pieces or a demo, uh, nothing like that. Exactly whatever it works across the globe, the same technology with the same quality, we would like to bring inside SVCT campus. So I'm congratulating the management and the students. Students, you are all fortunate to be inside SVCT. And not only the students of SVCT, he has also extended his service across other colleges. That is one of the great specialty I have seen here, regardless of his college. So he wants others also to flourish. So he is opening the doors for all the interested, energetic students wherever they are. They can take the expertise from this campus. It may be virtual or in person. Maybe after this pandemic, you will be starting a great thing. So today, the good news is, before we start, we would like to tell that we are inside the campus. We are bringing the research and development labs from our company to SVCT campus. So from this, few benefits I will list. Every student who undergoes a rigorous training inside this lab will fly in touching heights, no doubt. So you will be in the standard of the international companies, whatever the requirement is. So you will be at par with the international standards in any domain, of training. So take, for example, artificial intelligence. So whatever our client needs, so we have implemented across the globe. The same technology we will be giving to all the students, not in terms of a demo piece or a small experiments. No, we will be giving a live hardware, what we use in the industry, so that it can be made as a project and you can learn step by step how this technology works. So over a period of time, maybe if you take first year student, so he has the boon of getting 4 years of rigorous industrial training inside the campus. Likewise for third year, second year, third year, and the final year students will get the benefits. Okay, fine. So let's start this program by giving 30 seconds of silence for all the teachers and the management and whoever is giving you the knowledge, because the first most respected people in our life is father, mother, teacher, and God. So now we respect all of them, especially teachers who have given you this knowledge and growth. Okay, now the time starts for 30 seconds. Please be silent, close your eyes, and pay the respect so that you can excel in your career. Thank you for your silence. Sir Abdul sir, I have sent you a YouTube link.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Please play that YouTube link, sir.
Sure, sir. Just give me a
So
minute.
that, yeah.
Accusations of bias in the criminal justice system are nothing new. From the war on drugs, the use of force in policing, to the sentencing process, studies show that people of color and low-income residents are disproportionately impacted. So why not leave the tough decisions to an algorithm that knows no race or income? It may sound like something straight out of Minority Report, but artificial intelligence is already being used by police stations and courtrooms across the country.
I'm sure you all understand the legalistic drawback to pre-crime methodology.
Here we go again.
Some believe it will increase objectivity, while others worry the tech will simply exacerbate our pre-existing biases.
Policing, up until now, has not been a very data-driven profession. That's why Predpol was founded, to take large data sets of crime data, apply machine learning to it, to then try to figure out the highest risk locations for specific crime types each day and each shift.
Predpol has been around since 2012. It's in the business of place-based predictive policing. That is, using algorithms trained on past crime data to anticipate high-risk areas. As more and more police departments are adopting Predpol and other similar software, academics and activists alike are increasingly concerned that these systems are just encoding human bias.
The historical over-policing of minority communities has led to a disproportionate number of crimes being recorded by the police in those locations. Over-policing, historical over-policing, is then passed through the algorithm to justify the future over-policing of those same communities.
Basically, LUM says algorithms based on past human decisions are not impartial. Officers will find crime where they're looking for it, not necessarily where it's most likely to occur. But MacDonald says increased police presence acts as a deterrent, leading to fewer crimes in the targeted areas, indicated with 500 by 500 square foot boxes.
What we really want to do is have the officer be in that location enough to preemptively drive down crime so that box goes away.
The actual effect of software like Predpol on crime reduction is unclear. While places from Los Angeles, California to Jefferson County, Colorado have adopted Predpol, there have been few independent evaluations, and departments have reported mixed results. The Modesto, California Police Department got Predpol in 2014. In a city where the 2016 violent crime rate was over 55% higher than the national average, and the property crime rate was 24% higher, officers say it's helped them more efficiently utilize their resources in an understaffed department.
It almost acts as a force multiplier for us. We can work a little smarter, use our resources that we do have in areas where crime is more likely to occur.
Since going to Predpol, our numbers have reduced dramatically. And in 2013, we had 1,600 residential homes that were broken into and burglarized. By 2018, that number dropped to 600.
However, there's no way to prove definitively that the adoption of the software is actually behind crime reduction.
Crime trends are going down, and predictive policing algorithms aren't necessarily contributing to the lessening of crime. It's just a broader trend that exists without the technology itself.
Due to the difficulty of proving efficacy, a number of departments from Richmond, California to Kent County in England have terminated their contracts with Predpol. But even if predictive algorithms are an imperfect solution, are they actually worse than human judgment? MacDonald definitely doesn't think so.
Our position, and I think it's a defensible one, is that data, auditable data and auditable algorithms are always going to be a more effective and more fair and more just means of directing patrol officers than relying on their intuition or their hunches.
Relying on intuition is also a concern when it comes to bail and sentencing decisions, another part of the system where algorithms are starting to play a larger role. Increasingly, defendants are assigned risk assessment scores. These are algorithmically generated numbers based on their criminal and personal history, used to predict their likelihood of showing up to future court dates or committing another crime. In some places, this software is starting to replace the cash bail system. Traditionally, bail disproportionately impacts low-income defendants, who languish in jail waiting for their court date just because they can't pay.
Part of the promise, right, is, okay, we're going to be letting a lot more people go, but we're going to be using a risk assessment, so we're only letting the right people go, not the bad ones.
California declared cash bail unconstitutional in 2018, and New Jersey has almost completely eliminated it for nonviolent offenders. Instead, the state is using a risk assessment tool called the Public Safety Assessment to help decide who is released pre-trial. It takes factors like age, current charge, and criminal history into account. In 2017, the first year New Jersey used the system, there was a nearly 16% drop in the state's pretrial jail population and no increase in crime. But as with predictive policing, some worry this simply reproduces old patterns of bias.
While the technology itself might be neutral, the data points that we utilize to actually put into these algorithms are not. They are a result of systemic bias in policing, a legacy of punitive sentencing laws, punitive drug laws.
Another widely used system is the Compass risk assessment tool, made by the company Northpoint. Controversially, it does take educational, vocational, and environmental factors into account, alongside more standard metrics like age and criminal history. It provides 2 scores that predict the risk of general recidivism and violent recidivism. While Compass wasn't designed to inform sentencing decisions, judges are often given a defendant's score during this process. And sometimes, judges have explicitly cited these scores in their decision.
Which then turns it into a minority report type of situation where you're trying to predict whether or not someone will, commit a future crime and sentencing them based off of that prediction.
Many courtrooms also develop their own algorithms, the inner workings of which are often kept secret. According to ProPublica, judges in Arizona, Colorado, Delaware, Kentucky, Louisiana, Oklahoma, Virginia, Washington, and Wisconsin all use some kind of risk assessment scores during sentencing.
A lot of companies oftentimes don't want to make the exact formula of their algorithms known to the public, but these are tools that are being used to make determinations about people's lives. And when that's at risk, it's incumbent on people to know exactly what variables are being considered against them.
The Compass risk assessment algorithm is not public, but when ProPublica investigated the tool in 2016, it concluded it is biased against blacks. That's because among defendants who did not recidivate, blacks were much more likely than whites to receive high or medium risk scores. While Northpoint would not comment on the record, it responded with its own study, which concluded that Compass is not biased, because it is equally accurate at predicting who actually does recidivate, regardless of race. From a statistical perspective, Northpoint and ProPublica are actually both right. They're simply defining algorithmic fairness differently. It is true that blacks are rearrested at a higher rate than whites, but Lum says both sides ignore the fact that arrest data itself could be biased.
All of those analyses assume that the outcome, whether you're rearrested or not, is some sort of gold standard truth about your level of criminality, which, again, isn't necessarily true. That is a human decision to make that arrest.
So if both humans and algorithms are flawed, what's the answer here? Algorithms may be imperfect, but at least they're consistent and can save people time and resources. But Lum cautions that putting our faith in numbers makes it harder to confront our biases and push for change.
When the predictions are coming out of something that is purported to be, objective and is frankly a little bit complicated, I think it removes opportunities for that sort of reflection that would be necessary to undo some of the biases of the past.
At the very least, many researchers, academics, and activists agree that greater transparency and independent analysis of these algorithms is needed.
We're talking about whether or not people can be released from jail pre-trial. We're talking about where police departments are going to emphasize their resources. So I think a lot more has to be done to, open and transparent about the application of these tools and what data is it generating, and is it ultimately effective?
Excellent, sir. Thank you for playing the video. And one of my friend also joined from Madras High Court. He is Mr. Sale Murugan, my colleague. So I invite him and I thank him very much in his busy schedule that he has joined us. Thank you, Mr. Sale Murugan. Welcome. Okay. I would like to not only express in English, also at times I will talk in Tamil so that there will be a lot of connectivity. இப்போ இந்த வீடியோவை நீங்க பார்த்திருப்பீங்க. அது எல்லாமே வந்து ஃபாரின் கண்ட்ரில எடுத்தது. I don't want to reinvent the wheel. So I just took a video from YouTube and played. இதுல வந்து before I'm going deep into the AI which uses for crime detection and prevention, ஒரு general overview எல்லாருமே AI பத்தி நிறைய கேள்விப்பட்டிருக்கீங்க, but I do not know what is your understanding and knowledge. So taking into account of the least knowledgeable people in the group, so even if you know it, so please bear with me for the repeated information. So AI, as you know, it is we are trying, not exactly trying to replicate the human jobs to the robots. That is automation, not intelligence. There is a difference between automation and intelligence. Automation is something, a repeated task which a human being is doing, giving it to the machine. இப்போ artificial intelligence வந்து ஹியூமன்ஸுக்கு வந்து சாதகமா பாதகமா? Is it going to loot our jobs or not? So first, இது வந்து ஒரு basic knowledge I will share, and then we will go deep into the subject. And this basic knowledge is a must essential to understand other things, which I'm going to share. Okay. Before the computers, invasion of the computers எல்லாம் வர்றதுக்கு முன்னாடி எல்லாருமே கம்ப்யூட்டர்ஸ் வந்தா வேலை எல்லாம் போயிடும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு everybody was afraid. So after it invasion, contrary to that thought, நாம நினைச்சதுக்கு எதிர்ப்பதமாக வேலைகள் வந்து அதிகமா கிரியேட் ஆச்சு, வேலைகள் போகல. So the same way, this industry 4.0 is getting into full automation. எல்லாமே automate. அதனால job losses இருக்கு, no doubt. But definitely there will be more jobs. இதனால என்ன நன்மை? The human beings, மனித இனத்துக்கு என்ன நன்மைன்னா, the human potential is extraordinary. ஆனா we are wasting the human potential. ஒரு repeated task வந்து ஒரு machine செய்யறத ஒரு human செய்யக்கூடாது. The least jobsல இருந்து வந்து top jobs, because humans are more intelligent than anything else, any creature in the world. So we have to use human beings to their optimum level. அதனால இப்ப the growing technology in automation and artificial intelligence is helping humans, so that humans will do the job of the humans, machines will do the job of the machines. What machines will do? ஒரு repeated task morning to evening ஒருத்தர் பண்றாருன்னா அதனால there is no use for him. So that job will be taken care by the machines. So industry 4.0 is complete automation with the flavor of artificial intelligence. Fine. அப்போ வேலையெல்லாம் போயிடுது. Can another question வரும். அப்போ வந்து மெஷின்ஸ் எல்லாமே பர்ஃபெக்டா ஒர்க் பண்ணுமா? அப்போ ஆர்டிஃபிஷியல் இன்டெலிஜென்ஸ் யூஸ் பண்ணி ஹியூமனுடைய இன்டர்வென்ஷன் இல்லாம, without the intervention of human beings, can machines perform well? To an extent it can perform well, but not. I was in research for more than 15 years in the field of software and in cyber security, in artificial intelligence. More than 15 years we have spent. My total experience in IT is around 25 years. So with this experience, our understanding about industry 4.0 is this is not enough for the world. That means we cannot eliminate humans and give the job to the machines to take over. No, we cannot and we should not. Adanala, there is another standard coming called industry 5.0. That is the latest one. Everybody will be talking about industry 4.0 now, but it has already evolved to industry 5.0. So I'm just telling the flavor, essence of what is industry 5.0. Industry 5.0 combines, again it brings back the human system into the machine environment, in artificial intelligence environment, in automation environment. That is called cobots. We have heard about robots. Now industry 5.0 supports and promotes COBOT. Yes, collaborative bots. That means robots along with humans, so that the total efficiency and the productivity of the job is optimal, because you cannot rely whatever artificial intelligence algorithms you write, but finally you cannot allow the machine, or the machine is not really evolved to take decisions better than humans? Definitely not. It is evolving. AI is evolving. That is the thing we should know. But it is evolving at a much faster rate. So what we have found with the experience of Industry 4.0 implementations is, when we introduce humans, at which level? At decision making level. So already the machine will be doing a particular job based on an algorithm which it is given. At the same time, when we introduced humans, they are optimizing the machines. The machines could have performed better at this condition. So there is an evolvement, there is a higher productivity during. So Industry 5.0 is the world's latest talk and the version and the industry revolution. So it has evolved. So we can see of things, because we cannot keep on talking about a specific thing, because in a given point of time we have to convey the message. Now coming back to our understanding on artificial intelligence, right? Now how is it going to help us in day-to-day life? Okay, crime investigation, AI, everything is okay. How is it going to impact our day-to-day life? Coming to our social lives. Social life in the sense, the life daily we spend in social network, social media. First thing you should understand is, straight away I'm telling, you should be very careful in your PII. What is PII? Can anybody tell what is PII? I request some of you in this group with related to internet networks, what is PII in terms of safety concern? Because you could have attended a lot of AI webinars, or you would have browsed.
Personally identifiable information.
Oscar, fantastic. So I request everyone to give a very big clap, very
Thank you,
big
sir.
hand to Bhaskar. Bhaskar, you are in which year?
First year, sir. CSC department.
Fantastic, Bhaskar. Fantastic. So really, I'm getting motivated from your result. So can you just
Thank you,
tell
sir.
me? Can you tell me one point on PII? Any one information? Any one information? PII stands. PII la நம்ம ஏதாவது ஒரு information. Not only Bhaskar, anybody can tell an example of PII. என்ன PII வந்து ஒரு உயிர் மாதிரி நம்மளுக்கு. When PII is lost, you are lost. Anyone from the group?
Our personal details like credit card number, Aadhar card number.
Yeah, fantastic. Fantastic. So it also, yes, very good. It's very motivating to listen. Kasturi, thank you, Kasturi. You are in which year?
First year CSC department.
Fantastic. That is a brilliant, people from the first year.
Thank you, sir.
Very good. So anyone else? The basics, she has told some other good information, but again, there are other informations which is very, very vital, where entire once it is lost in the net, you are lost. Anyone else?
Sir, informations are of two types, sir.
Yes.
One must be kept personal, and the other, when it go to social, it is worldwide, sir. Some information should be kept personal, like credit card details and others. While social media, we can share information, sir, that is harmful. So personal information is that what we are with us, like our friends know the details, like our family members, the details which are kept between a group, sir. That is personal information, like credit card details, etc. Passport.
Very good, very good. I appreciate Sanjay. Which year, Sanjay, you are?
First year, sir.
Fantastic, Sanjay. Good. Yeah, he also told good things, and I'm expecting some more very important, vital PII information. If that is there, then you are lost. If that is missed, you are lost. What is the two vital informations which you should never, you should be very careful. We cannot tell that you should not give, but you should give wherever it is absolutely necessary. Because if I'm not telling this information,
Hacking the passwords, sir. Hacking the passwords.
No, password, it is good. Of course, personally identifiable information, I'm not telling, you that is not personal information, but there are two vital information which adds to PII. Good, Arish.
Aadhar
Good.
number, sir.
Yeah, she has told already, but it is good.
Potential identifier.
What is that? What is that?
Passport information.
Yeah, passport information. Yes, it is good.
Potential identifier.
What is that? Tell me again. I could not able to hear properly.
Potential identifier, sir.
No, I could not. Okay, spell slowly. What is that?
Potential identifier, sir.
Potential. What is that?
Specific individual potential identifier.
Okay, specific individuals. Okay, but I'm expecting a very vital information which PII stands. Very. It's a very vital information before because
Medical records.
Medical records, that's also personal information, but personally identifiable information is something slightly, there is a beautiful fine line between personal information and personally identifiable information. So what I'm asking is not personal information, personally identifiable information. There is a very fine line. Okay, let me tell you, we have very short time.
Driving license.
What is that, ma?
Driving
IP
license.
IP address, yeah, that's all information which should not be, you should be careful, but IP address is not that.
Driving license.
These are all personal informations. You have to keep it very safe, there is no doubt, but personally identifiable informations are slightly different. If I have this, I can replicate your digital identity. I will tell you your name and date of birth. The very vital, there are a lot of personal identifiable information, but very, very important things are your name and your date of birth. If this is there, then you can do anything. Now you can add, things are evolving, like your name, your date of birth, and your phone number. If we get it, that's it. We can do anything. So there are a lot of survey companies which will ask you for this, and they sell the information for 500 rupees. You can get 50 lakh databases. It's very cheap available, all the informations. We are responsible for that. Okay, I will tell you without naming the companies, because the laws are very, very now it's becoming very strong. They might sue us if I mention the company name. Big giants, e-commerce giants, online giants, they are doing business. We could not able to tap 130 crore people's business, but they are doing it. How? Because we have we have given just like that all our personal information, personal identifiable information plus personal information, everything in social medias. I will tell you how they will take. So it will be there in their countries, all the database. So what they will do, they will create some few algorithms and they will give it to their respective business people, and they will pump 10,000 crores or 50,000 crores. Go to India, there are a lot of people available. So they will know, previously, have you ever seen Pongal Panai, selling online? Now I could able to see, they know exactly where, which month, which date, what sells. So all these informations, they take it from social media, from our posts. Not only this, everything. They know when you're going to buy jeans, when you're going to buy dress, when you're going to buy watch. So everything they know by taking informations from you. This is called behavioral pattern of the consumer. So there are a lot of AI algorithms which is available. They use that, they pump that, they know. If you know where is your customer, then doing business is very, very easy. Being in India, we do not know that. We are only practicing the traditional marketing. That's why we could not able to dominate the space. நம்ம ஆதிக்கம் செலுத்த முடியவில்லை. நம்மளால வந்து பிசினஸ்ல வந்து ஏன் மத்தவங்க வந்து ஃபாரினர்ஸ் அன்னைக்கு ஈஸ்ட் இந்தியா கம்பெனி வந்தாங்க, இன்னைக்கு அதே மாதிரி லாட் ஆஃப் பீப்புள் ஆர் கமிங் அண்ட் robbing us, invading us into our house, into every corner of our house by means of everything. So the data is already on. Yes, coming back to data. So I would like to complete before going to the crime investigations and the crime prevention. And these are all very, very basic things. If you do not know this, then we will be robbed like anything. Data வந்து எப்பவுமே நீங்க ஆன்ல வச்சிருப்பீங்க. Like now most of us, because there is no other way, we have been pushed into that state. So அதனால என்ன பாத்தீங்கன்னா, I can tell you, I can take your data, நீங்க எங்க போனீங்க, எவ்வளவு நேரம் இருந்தீங்க அப்படின்னு ஒரு 10 years டேட்டா வந்து உங்களுக்கு கொடுக்க முடியும். டிபெண்டிங் ஆன் when you have மொபைல் டேட்டா வந்து எவ்வளவு நேரம் ஆன்ல இருந்தது அப்படின்றத பொறுத்து. The more risky is those who keep their mobile data always on. அவங்களுடைய டேட்டா வந்து one of the tech giant, I mean, I will tell the name, Google. Just using Google, I can take all your data ஒரு past ஒரு 7 yearsல நீங்க எங்க போனீங்க, எவ்வளவு நேரம் இருந்தீங்க அப்படின்ற டேட்டா மேப் போட்டு காமிக்கும். இந்த இடத்துல நீங்க இவ்வளவு நேரம் இருந்தீங்க அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு. Because you do not know, there are settings where you could have avoided those things, but the number maybe 100 people ஒருத்தருக்கு தெரியலாம், தெரியாம கூட இருக்கலாம். Because I have seen my own data while I am doing some research, so I was shocked, and then I have switched off the setting. So you can go to settings. It is called a timeline in Google. நீங்க அதை செக் பண்ணி பார்த்துக்கோங்க. So you can see, if you want to see where you were, என்ன இன்வெஸ்டிகேஷன்ஸ்ல, கிரைம் இன்வெஸ்டிகேஷன்ஸ்ல, all these things are very useful and helpful. And many sensitive things I cannot share. Only I can share some flavor of how things work, so that I can prevent you, I can protect you. Okay. Now we have seen this personally identifiable information. So never give this. Okay, coming to Aadhar card. So I will give you informations where it will save your life. By attending this webinar, definitely you can save your life, your family's life. Digital identity போச்சுன்னா உங்க பேர்ல வந்து bank account start பண்ணி, I can run the bank account for years together, and I can do wonderful transactions. People can do all kind of terror financing, all kind of illegal activities. Finally you will be caught. Yes, of course, அப்புறம் இன்வெஸ்டிகேஷன்ஸ்ல வந்து அதுக்கப்புறம் நீங்க இல்லன்னு ப்ரூவ் பண்றதுக்கு it will take so much of time. Until such time you ought to suffer, right? Even 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. அதுக்கப்புறம் நீங்க நிரபராதின்னு ப்ரூஃப் ஆனா கூட வந்து it is only a suffering. So I request all my dear colleagues, friends, not to reveal your personally identifiable information தேவையில்லாம. அதனால நம்மளுக்கு வந்து லைக் இப்போ ஒரு கேஸ் கனெக்ஷன் வேணும் அப்படின்னா கூட, recently I have shifted my house, so I went to the new gas connection authority. They demanded my Aadhar card. If I was unaware that Aadhar card is not necessary, any ID card will do, they could have rolled me and got. So I told them Aadhar card is not required. Even they were in a mindset that it is a must. I told there is an order from the Supreme Court that Aadhar card you don't need to produce, any ID card you can produce, so that you are safe. And one more very important thing on Aadhar card I will tell you, you can safeguard your Aadhar card number, so that crimes, coming to the first point, you can prevent crimes, online crimes, you can prevent your crimes. Artificial intelligence use பண்ணி, that is a double-edged sword. நல்லதும் பண்ண முடியும், கெட்டதும் பண்ண முடியும். There is a blue and red artificial intelligence. In a few minutes we will come to know what is blue and red. And before that, again I am asking one question: how can you prevent Aadhar card misuse? Because that is very related to our subject, crime prevention. Anyone? You have to present the Aadhar card, but at the same time you should safeguard. What is the method you will follow for protecting your Aadhar card and your family Aadhar card? I have seen so many fraudulent cases while we are doing cybercrime investigations. Use Aadhar card. Anyone? You can speak out, even if it is wrong, don't worry. I just want to interact with you so that it will be very interesting. There is a lot of things waiting for you. And this webinar is not just a webinar, it is a launch of the Research and Development Center at SVCT in Artificial Intelligence. Once you enroll yourself, maybe the management will help you on all those stuff. Your life will be taken care and you will be in par with the international standards. So that is the first phase. That is this program is an introduction to that, a flavor to that, an essence to that. So I'm asking you a question that how can you prevent yourself from being misused? ஆதார் கார்டு நீங்க கொடுத்தா உங்களை யூஸ் பண்ணி தவறுதலாக யூஸ் பண்றதுல இருந்து உங்களை எப்படி காப்பாற்றிக் கொள்ள முடியும்? Anyone? மொபைல் வச்சுட்டு போயிட்டீங்களா நிறைய பேரு? Anyone please? Yes, Parameshwaran.
Hiding the number, sir. Hiding the number. Hiding the Aadhar number.
But hiding the Aadhar number, அவங்களுக்கு தெரியணும் இல்லையா? இப்போ you are going to Airtel or Reliance, they should know இல்லையா number they should know, no? பட் நீங்க தெரிஞ்சு சொன்னீங்களா தெரியாம சொல்றீங்களான்னு தெரியல. பட் ஹைடிங் த நம்பர் இஸ் 50% ஆர் ரைட். பட் ஹவு டு ஹைட் த நம்பர் என்றது there is a trick. Anyone can answer? சொல்லுங்க.
If we download the Aadhar app, the number is hidden, sir.
But hidden, when they are asking for Xerox, what will you do?
Hiding the barcode, sir.
Hiding the barcode. But இருந்தாலும் உங்களுக்கு நம்பர் இருக்கும்ல Xeroxல. But thank you, Parameshwaran and Harish. You are coming up, at least speaking up. I am happy. And if I keep on talking myself, even I will not be motivated to share my experience. Anyone else think? நீங்க நெட்ல கூகுள் பண்ணி பார்த்திருந்தாலே உங்களுக்கு ஈஸியா தெரிஞ்சிருக்கும்.
Biometric. Fingerprint, sir. Fingerprint enable பண்ணலாம்ல. Fingerprint biometrics.
That is one way good, but still, they can see your Aadhar information, right? The moment you keep your fingerprint, அந்த Aadhar information எல்லாமே அவங்களுடைய gadgetல வருமே. There is method. Government of India has already given that method to follow. You don't need to give your Aadhar number, but you can. The same way you can present your Aadhar card. How? இப்போ just like that நான் information சொல்லிட்டேன்னா உங்க மைண்ட்ல நிக்காது. If I ask a question and tell, then you know how many crimes can be prevented. Tell me how. Okay, fine. The time is up. You go to Aadhar website and there are two things. Please remember and make a note of it. It will save your life, your family's life, and great assets. எந்த அளவுக்கு financial damages வந்து create பண்ண முடியும்ன்றது, not only financial damages, anything can be done. Aadhar போச்சுன்னா everything is gone, right? So though we are telling that it is highly secure database, definitely government has made, Nandan Nilekani is Infosys ex co-founder. He is the one authority for that unique ID. He would have done a lot of good things to prevent the database, but still it is our duty to safeguard the first level, right? So what I tell is, please make a note of two things which is very vital to safeguard yourself from any misuse, malpractices from your Aadhar card. That is locking of your Aadhar card. Somebody told biometric. Yes, but she has not come out. So she is 50% right. So you can lock your biometric information online. Go to Aadhar card website. Just Google it. ஏன்னா இப்போ வந்து எல்லாத்தையும் சொல்லிட்டு இருக்கிறதுக்கு now there is no time. So I'm just telling the glimpses and flavor on how you can prevent. So lock it. Even if you give the Xerox Aadhar card number இருந்தா கூட வந்து அவங்களால ஒன்றும் பண்ண முடியாது. Because your number is locked, they cannot access your biometric information. No. So lock your Aadhar card. Whenever it is necessary, you can unlock it. That facility is available. நீங்க லாக் பண்ணீங்க so that யார் வேணாலும் மிஸ்யூஸ் பண்ண ட்ரை பண்ணிட்டோம், they cannot. So now after this webinar, go back, lock all your biometric information in the Aadhar card. Go to the website and then give the information to the college, because of SVCT you are getting safeguarded, right? So everyone, whoever locks, just email to your HOD that you have locked your Aadhar card. Good. Second thing, you don't want to, whether you lock it or not, and for your safety, number kudukalana innum safe. Nobody will know your Aadhar card number. For that, what we can do? You can generate, I think it is 16 digits, nanikara. 16 digit number, any number of times you can generate. Ipo poringa or internet fiber, you are getting to your home, they're asking the Aadhar card. You don't need to go to the website, Aadhar card website. You can generate a new virtual number which is equivalent to your Aadhar card. Nowhere you will expose your Aadhar number. That is a new number. Adukko adu Aadhar number kadiyadu, right? So you can give that number. That is, it is acceptable. It has to be acceptable. It is acceptable kadiyadu by law, because government has given. So even though they refuse, make them a practice, give them a practice. Ipo 10 பேர் கொடுத்தாதான் அவங்களுக்கும் தெரியும், because the people who are sitting at that side, they do not know. They're ignorant, maybe ignorant. So these two things are vital to prevent most 90%, more than, not 90%, 99% of the crimes will be evaded, stopped when you follow these two things. Lock your biometric and then stop giving your Aadhar number or Xerox. Just give the number which is generated through Aadhar card website, Government of India's Aadhar card website. That's it, right? Okay, in the topic over. Then coming back to another topic, crimes. Eppadi? Yes, somebody wants to speak? Okay, no. Is there any question as of now? Whatever we spoke, you can ask. Yes, Sandhya. Sandhya K. She is unmuted.
So can you just lock the data alone from our Aadhar card?
Come again?
Can we lock just the data alone, so not locking the Aadhar card?
Oh, there is only one lock. You can, no, you can lock, because see, after locking also, you know when to release it. So you have given to somebody else, so you know which agency you are going to give. So if they want to access it, so release at that moment, again lock it, so it is safer. Why we have to lock is, we do not know who is going to misuse our data. So it is better to lock, right? Always. So whenever you feel that you are going to give this Aadhar card for some very vital information, where there might be some areas in government sections where you have to show your Aadhar card, that time you show your Aadhar card, that time it might not be acceptable. I mean, they cannot access your data. So that time what you do, you have your mobile, you have your mobile data. So go unlock it. Once they access it, then lock it. That's it. So is it clear for you?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. That's, you are from which year?
First year, sir.
Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, a lot of first years, sprouting up like, very bright. So thanks and congratulations. You have a great future. All the, freshers, budding scientists. So come on, and I invite you all to the SVCT Artificial Intelligence Research and Development Center. soon we can interact. Okay, good. Any more questions? In this topic, I'm going to move to other topic. Very short time. I have to cover a lot. In Aadhar, do you have any doubts? Because most of the crimes happens using Aadhar. Yes, one more thing with this, I would like to tell OTP hacking. So they hack OTP. So what you do is, first thing, stop downloading all the scrap. So take backup of all your mobile data, not mobile data, whatever data present in very important data in your mobile, and then reset it to the manufacturing status, fresh. Make your mobile fresh, because we do not know, nobody, even the most experts in that also cannot find out what kind of trojan, what kind of virus, what kind of malware is present in your mobile. Because it is not that some app is going to sit, some app if you download that is going to harm you. No, just a message, just an SMS, a link, by mistake if you click, a malware is injected in your mobile without any of your knowledge, and it will not do anything. Silently it will take everything. I'll tell you, just open your Bluetooth or Wi-Fi. You do, even if you set a password to your Wi-Fi, it is breakable. So whenever you get free Wi-Fi, many areas, it is very dangerous, because many people can use your Wi-Fi, use your phone, and use it for all anti-social activities, and there will not be any trace of the person who did the crime. They could have hacked your phone, they could have done all anti-social activities through your phone, and they could have escaped. They could have triggered a bomb through your phone, right? And they will not leave any trace from their phone, and finally you will be caught. They could have placed the trigger algorithm or whatever it is from your phone. They could have triggered from your phone, and it would have caused a major catastrophe, and you will be caught. So you have to be very careful, not downloading unnecessary applications. Once you are not happy, once it is not safe, don't download. So check 100 times, Google it, check the reviews, check the safety of the app before you download. Unless it is essential, it is mandatory, do not download any app. That is the first thing. Now, to prevent the existing malwares, there is no other way, no software, no tool will prevent you. See, there are many tools, many softwares. How crimes are happening through software or tools or malware, I'll tell you. There are a lot of tools available telling that security tool, clear malware, speed up your internet boosting, online money earning. So whatever it is catching, through that they will come inside your phone, they will take up all your password. They also use artificial intelligence to check how you save your passwords. They'll check your phone, they know how the bank accounts will be. So they will be taking everything, they will upload, and they can misuse all your data. So be careful in all this stuff. So never download or never click a link. Just clicking a link will give you a complete access of your phone. Especially girls, you have to be absolutely careful. Not only girls, everybody, but still girls more careful, because there are malwares available where they can switch on the camera without your knowledge. Without the knowledge, they can switch on the camera, and the camera will be on without popping up the screen. So you lock the screen, you will not see the camera screen in your mobile, but still the camera can be on. There will not be any light when the camera is on. There are certain malwares But still the phone companies are trying their best to prevent all these things. But still, the crime and these things are both are combating in their own style. Okay, fine. Now we will close this section of Aadhar and other things. Now we will play a little bit video. We will go to another video and then play. And then I will discuss the core part of how crime happens, how we can prevent crimes in public places using AI. So now it's a very important time. We will switch. Sir, you can play the video.
Just a moment, sir.
Please make a note. I request all the students, please make a note of, watch the video carefully. Please make a note of everything in the video and ask me your doubts. The more you ask the doubts, more you can express.
Facial recognition is a hot issue in the U.S. The controversial practice was recently banned in San Francisco, but few people realize that many police departments have adopted artificial intelligence, using it to analyze video surveillance footage, which can track objects and people.
I've taken the 8,213 objects and I've reduced it to 80 objects.
Other new technologies like sensors, drones equipped with augmented reality capabilities, and real-time crime centers are also making their way into police departments in the U.S.
All that technology used for the right purposes and the right reasons, I think is good.
So while, no, I don't want to be mugged, I want to be in a community that's safe, I don't think expanding surveillance is the way to do that.
There is just a lot of technology being acquired that's collecting information on everyone, regardless of whether you're involved in a crime or not. And I don't want to end up in a version of America where people are afraid to do things in life because of being watched all the time.
To understand how police departments use these new technologies, which makes law enforcement much more powerful, we traveled to New Orleans. For the past year and a half, the city's Office of Homeland Security has been operating a real-time crime center. The city's installed over 400 cameras in hotspots, from the French Quarter to outer-lying districts. It also pulls in camera feeds from over 150 businesses and private homeowners. The system screens all incoming calls for service, including 911 calls, which automatically activate the network of cameras.
All of these cameras would spin up automatically in the software when any incident is created within a 1/10 of a mile of these 3 blocks.
So your eyes can be there before an officer's eyes?
Sure. All of our cameras are pan-tilt zoom cameras, 30 times optical zoom.
And you can very easily rewind back and also see it happening?
Sure. If it's obviously associated with a criminal matter, we'd go through historical footage and provide that information to the officers.
Some police officers in New Orleans have quickly embraced this access to recorded surveillance cameras.
The street's pretty well covered by cameras?
Yes, cameras on every intersection.
Paul Johnson's been with the New Orleans police force for 6 years. He's a night shift detective in the French Quarter.
That camera right there, it's hiding in plain sight right there.
Correct, yes. This particular camera actually has assisted me on one of my latest cases, probably like a couple months ago. We had a shooting at this very intersection, like 4:30 in the morning, of the gentleman that got shot, claimed to be the victim. We watched the video surveillance, went back, and it showed that he was actually shooting at the young man first. So it kind of, helped us exonerate the guy we were looking for.
And if you didn't have the camera, do you think you would have known the truth?
No, absolutely not.
We talked to Paul Noel, the second in command of the New Orleans police.
There are critics out there and people who aren't comfortable with the idea of the police having cameras.
Absolutely. The more information that we have out there, we need to make sure we're using that information for the appropriate purposes. That's one thing that we absolutely stress here in New Orleans is that, we have accountability measures in place with all the information that we have, that the information is not going to be abused by our investigators.
Do you want to learn how to hack into systems as an ethical hacker? Check this. I've used this Linux computer to hack into this Windows machine. So right now, I can remotely control it and do anything a normal user can do. I can even turn on the webcam with a press of a button. Watch. Creepy, huh? My name is Zaid. I'm an ethical hacker, a computer scientist, and the founder and CTO of the cybersecurity company Z Security. My ethical hacking courses have helped hundreds of thousands of students obtain the skills they need to test the security of their systems or pursue a career in ethical hacking. For a limited time, get up to 75% discount on my best-selling course. Just click on the button below. This course will start with you.
One of the critics questioning the surveillance cameras in New Orleans is community activist Dee Green. She says that some people in her group, Stop Watching NOLA, are afraid that they're being monitored since a camera was placed right next to their community garden.
Knowing that the city is observing you and monitoring you may make people uneasy and uncomfortable about having a public conversation about the politics of the city.
In your neighborhood, is there a consensus that these cameras shouldn't be here?
No, I don't think so at all. I attend a lot of neighborhood association meetings. People will say, we need a camera on this corner because this is a crime corner or this is a problem corner. It's very easy to sell the narrative that these are here for your protection. We know that people of color, black and brown folks, are disproportionately profiled and targeted by police, arrested, incarcerated. So while, no, I don't want to be mugged, I want to be in a community that's safe, I don't think expanding surveillance is the way to do that.
What most people like Dee Green don't know is that not only can the video be watched and played back, the system is now equipped with machine learning and can analyze the content of recordings itself without any human oversight. The crime center in New Orleans uses a product called BriefCam.
In your case, you simply said red truck. So if I change the class of this to pickup and the color to red, I've taken the 8,213 objects that went through this space in a matter of 2 hours, and I've reduced it to 80 objects, and I can finish watching the totality of it in 1 minute and 45 seconds.
Superimposing them on top of one another.
It's bringing in that actual object onto a fixed still frame and showing its total path throughout the frame.
Truck.
More and more law enforcement and public safety agencies across the U.S. are buying these kinds of technologies. Motorola Solutions is one of the largest vendors in the space. In Plantation, Florida, the company is showing us some of its newest high-tech gadgets and technologies, which the company only gives to potential law enforcement customers. The demo also includes a drone-mounted camera. Motorola Solutions sells a system that augments drone footage with real-time information, like labels identifying each officer on the scene. Daniel Tialdi from Motorola Solutions is playing a suspected criminal, and I'm a police officer at a private testing ground that's closed to the public.
So this is you walking up on the scene, and we're tracking you from the drone feed.
Tialdi attacks and stabs me. When this smart vest is pierced, the embedded sensors automatically notify the command post.
So they can send reinforcements.
It also switches on the body-worn camera.
Because your body camera came on, we actually have a description of who stabbed you.
An analyst from Motorola shows us how, using the suspect's description, he can electronically hunt him down.
We know that it was a man. We know that he was wearing a red shirt. We know generally what time it was. As we start seeing all these people in red shirts, we can start looking for the actual individual that we're looking for.
Motorola Solutions calls this descriptive artificial intelligence. The machine can pull from the pixels a description of a truck, a car, or a person.
You can see our results get better and better. As we get more of them, we see more and more. It also tries to isolate and pull out a clean shot of the face tile as it's called.
The face tile can be used to refine the search by looking for that same face on other cameras connected to the system.
If you have a long enough period of time, you could begin to see patterns of behavior as well.
Most definitely, most definitely.
Once it knows what to look for, the system can also search backwards in time to track a particular individual's prior locations. This virtual time machine, experts say, is a game changer. It could, in many cases, eliminate the need for officers to track a suspect in person for days on end. Some of these new video analytics tools can detect weapons or unusual behavior.
Direction violated.
Yeah, this is your typical one. So if you're at the airport, you're coming out of these TSA areas. If anybody's walking the direction of the arrows, they're fine. If they turn around and walk in the other direction, it's going to flag the alarm.
The newest usage of artificial intelligence is a camera that will train itself to find unusual movements.
The camera will learn the normal motion activities in a scene over about a week or 2 weeks, And after that learning period, it will just automatically create an event and flag you when something happens that's unusual for that scene.
The system has flagged people walking their dogs as unusual motion detection at night.
There is zero human input in this situation. You basically turn it on, the camera learns and does everything automatically.
It sounds to me like this is in more places than most people realize.
Well, it is an active and live product today. It is installed in many places across the U.S., most definitely.
So there are real-time crime centers.
We asked Andrew Sinclair, General Manager of Motorola Solutions, about the privacy implications of the technology.
I mean, if something doesn't seem right, say something to the police. Are cameras able to do the same kind of thing?
It's things like anomaly detections.
But what about someone acting suspiciously?
Well, people's behavior is difficult because machine learning is not at that level yet. But if a crowd suddenly appears at an intersection where we wouldn't normally see a crowd appearing at an intersection.
I mean, the critics out there are saying this is becoming surveillance on steroids, that we're creating a surveillance state. What do you say to them?
I think it's important that we have the critics out there saying that, because we have to make sure that the right checks and balances are put in this space. But you have to make sure that that same technology can't be used to track your ex-girlfriend.
One of these critics is Dave Moss. He's an investigative researcher at the Electronic Frontier Foundation, a non-for-profit that defends civil liberties in the digital age. Moss is skeptical that the police can police itself.
One of the things that worries me about the future of policing is how automated it's becoming.
Moss and other experts are concerned that these unsupervised systems make calls on who belongs and who does not, potentially amplifying racial bias. For example, a camera might alert police officers to a perceived motion irregularity it detected, like an African-American man walking through a predominantly white neighborhood with very little foot traffic. They also point to the fact that every police encounter is potentially dangerous, and these kinds of alerts could lead to unreasonable stops and searches by the police.
Artificial intelligence is becoming a sort of black box with law enforcement where we don't necessarily know where they're using it and how they're using it.
The next generation of body-worn cameras will have AI-based search capabilities already built in.
I'm looking for a person in a red shirt.
Are you looking for a person in the red shirt?
Yes.
This way, all body-worn cameras in one city could be searching for a man in a red shirt or a missing child in real time.
And that's what's concerning, is this mass surveillance on society and what kind of impact that will have on society in terms of self-censorship, the ability to organize. And I don't want to end up in a version of America where people are afraid to do things in life.
After failing for 6 times, I got a job offer from one of the largest companies.
Because of being watched all the time.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your nice video. Yes, my dear friends. So I think you could have got a better idea by watching this short video. So I would like to hear from few budding scientists on what you got. 1 point from the video. 1 person, 1 point. Come on, your time starts now. Yes, Priyadarshini, go ahead. Priyadarshini has raised her hand. Please go ahead. Unmute yourself. Is there any problem in unmuting? You raised your hand. Okay. Anyone else? Tell me some point from this video.
Everything you do is being watched by someone.
Very good. Good. Yeah. Next point. Thank you, Sanjay. Thank you, Sanjay Babu. Any other point? என்ன புரிஞ்சது இந்த வீடியோல உங்களுக்கு?
Detection, sir. Using the artificial intelligence, we can search the culprits and.
Fantastic permission. ரொம்ப அற்புதமா சொன்னீங்க. Very good. You got the point. Yes, Naresh. Go ahead.
Reduce the crime at the time, sir.
Very good. I'm expecting more. Fantastic point நீங்க சொன்னீங்க. இன்னும் reduce the crime at that point. What do you mean to tell?
The robbering of the time will be reduced, sir, by police.
அதாவது நீங்க நம்பர் ஆஃப் கிரைம்ஸ் ரெடியூஸ் ஆகும் சொல்றீங்களா இல்ல அந்த கிரைமே வந்து நடக்க விடாம பண்ணிடலாம்னு சொல்றீங்களா? என்ன சொல்ல வரீங்க?
At that time crime வந்து தடுக்கலாம் சார்.
Very good Naresh, very good, super point. Next. நிறைய பாயிண்ட்ஸ் இருக்கு.
நீங்க இத வச்சு கிரைம் தடுக்கலாம்னு, பட் ஆக்சுவலா
நான்
பார்த்தா வந்து கிரைம் தடுக்கிற மாதிரி தெரியல.
பிரவீன் யாதவ், ஒன் செகண்ட்.
கிரைம் வந்து நீங்க சொல்றது ஓகே சார், நான் என்ன சொல்றேன்னு கேட்டீங்க. நீங்க இது என்னன்னா இத வச்சு கிரைம் வந்து இன்னும் ஈஸியா பண்ணலாம், புரியுதுங்களா? இப்போ உங்களை ட்ராக் பண்ணனா சொன்னீங்க அதை காமிச்சு ரெட் கலர் ஷர்ட்னா இந்த பர்சன், ஸோ எல்லாமே ஏ சொல்றீங்க. பட் ஆனா இது நீங்க எல்லாம் பாத்தீங்கன்னா ஹேக்கிங் வந்து இன்னும் ஈஸியா இருக்கு. இதுல காமிக்கிற எல்லா விஷயமே நல்லா பர்டிகுலரா பாத்தீங்கன்னா, இப்போ ஒரு பர்சனை வந்து நார்மலா இப்போ நான் ஹேக் பண்றேன்னு வச்சுங்களேன், உங்க கேமரா வந்து நீங்க எப்போ வரீங்க அது வரைக்கும் நான் மானிட்டர் பண்ணினே இருக்கணும். பட் ஏ இது என்ன பண்ணா நீங்க எப்போ வரீங்கன்னு சொல்லிட்டு ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கா காமிக்குது. அப்போ வந்து எனக்கு ஹேக்கர்ன்ற எனக்கு வந்து வேலை ஈஸி. நான் உங்களை வந்து டே ஃபுல்லா மானிட்டர் பண்ணணும் அவசியம் இல்ல. நீங்க என்ன பண்ணனா வந்து வேர்ல்டு ஃபுல்லாமே எல்லாமே நீங்க வந்து செக்யூரிட்டி இம்ப்ரூவ் பண்றீங்கன்னு சொல்றீங்க. பட் ஆனா எல்லா மிஷின் கோடிங்கும் சேமா தான் இருக்கு. ஸோ ஹேக்கர் அதை வந்து கண்டுபிடிக்காத மாதிரி வந்து ஒரு டிஃப்ரெண்டான மிஷின் கோடிங் வந்து இருக்கணும். ஸோ வந்து எப்படின்னா வந்து இப்போ ஒரு டிபார்ட்மெண்ட் இருக்குன்னா நாங்கள் வந்து இப்போ வந்து இது நாங்கள் வந்து ஒரு தேவையில்லாத ஆளுங்க வந்து இப்போ ரோட்ல வந்து இந்த மாதிரி நடக்குது, இந்த மாதிரி பிரச்சனை பண்றாங்க, அவங்கள மட்டும் சர்வே பண்றதுக்காக நாங்கள் இந்த கேமரா வச்சிருக்கோம். அவங்களுக்கு மட்டும்தான் வந்து அந்த கோடிங் வந்து தெரிஞ்சுக்கணும், அவங்களுக்கு மட்டும் தான் அதை என்கம் பண்ற மாதிரி தெரிஞ்சுக்கணும். அது வந்து எல்லாருக்கும் தெரியாத மாதிரி இருக்கிறது தான் ப்ராப்ளமே.
Very good, Praveen Yadav. You are from which year, Praveen Yadav?
First year, sir.
Fantastic. He has brought a very. This is what I was expecting for a very, very long time. So this is called as a red AI. So what he has spoke is a fantastic point. Very good, excellent point. So this is what I was expecting for a very long time, so that we can jump into the core area. Yes, is there anyone who can defend? What he has told is absolutely right. When you can prevent, you can also do the crime when the video is accessible to you. Exactly. So this is what the core point which I was expecting for a very long time. Is there anyone in this beautiful crowd who can defend this point? He has told, yes, you can do the crime when you are accessible to the code or algorithm. Is there anyone to defend him? Do you have any points? If not defending him, what are the other things you watched in this video?
Recognize and fight cyber attacks.
Yes, Darshini, please go ahead. Repeat again.
Recognize and fight with cyber attacks.
Recognize and fight with the cyber attacks. So that is what one of the point you are trying to tell from the video, right? Yes, Darshini, thank you so much. So she has added recognize and fight back. Yes, we will deal with all these points. So what else? Any responses?
Detect dangerous situations like accidents and.
Yes, you can also, yes, you can immediately alert during accidents and things like that. Yes, very good. So what are the other points from this video?
Can detect fake news and fake news.
Fantastic. Detect fake news. Excellent. I was about to tell next point. I was about to tell fake news. Very good point. Darshini, you are doing great. Good.
Thank you.
Anything else? See, this fake news is one of the biggest crimes, going, and the uses of both ways. Okay. Coming back. So I will be addressing everything, including what Mr. Yadav has brought. So our enemy, first we have to take into account our enemy countries. So what we are doing is, I'll be sharing my expertise. So we are automating the entire port in one of the Asia's largest port. Automating everything using artificial intelligence. algorithms. And in one of the country, we are developing our algorithms and we have implemented for the police, for the intelligence agencies. I cannot name which country and which agency because it is completely non-disclosure agreement we have signed, so that we will not reveal it. So with that algorithms, they could able to nab the criminals on the fly, real time, even before the crime is happening. Our algorithm is performing perfectly to an extent of 80 to 90% of the crimes are coming under control. So we are not just talking from the information or net. I'm not Googling and coming back and just pouring the information to you. I'm telling what we have done. And the same thing should be implemented here. So our enemy countries, I don't want to name, you know who they are. They are extraordinarily doing things. One of the biggest enemy country, our neighboring enemy country, has the cameras across the country. Anything, any robbery or any antisocial activity happens, within minutes through the facial recognition, they can nab the criminal. They can be anywhere in the country. Within few minutes, the network of the strength is the network of the cameras they have and the AI algorithms they have. It just recognizes and the network alerts the nearby police who can track and nab the criminal in all 360 degrees. So with this, we have presented, I have met one of the commissioner here, police commissioner, 1 year back, and proposed the same solution. And I have done enough homework to find out what is our strength. And we are about to present the same solution where you can reduce or prevent the crimes. How? How can you prevent the crimes? So we will talk first about prevention of crimes using artificial intelligence. What Yadav was talking about, the red artificial intelligence, the red AI. So 2.0 நீங்க பார்த்திருப்பீங்க அந்த red chip. What he was talking about the red chip. Yes, definitely it is possible. And the combating happens between blue and red. So that is what currently the world is witnessing. So we will talk about both these things. We are here, I am here to make you aware of what is happening in the world and how you should head. I'm not telling this is best and that is best. I'm telling where the world is and how we have to equip as your career wise, your personal, your social, and your country, and all the 360 degrees, how AI is helping us, saving our lives, as well as the same AI can be used against to the society, and how we should safeguard ourselves. This is what we are trying to tell. Okay, coming back to crimes, how we can prevent the crimes using artificial intelligence. You have seen these cameras. So நம்ம ஊருக்கு வருவோம். இப்போ ஃபாரின்ல இருக்கிற அதே அல்காரிதம்ஸ் எடுத்துட்டு வந்து நம்ம இந்தியாவில் வச்சோம்னா இட் வில் நாட் ஒர்க். பிகாஸ் அங்க இருக்கிற பிக் பாக்கெட் வேற, இங்க இருக்கிற பிக் பாக்கெட் வேற. அவன் பிக் பாக்கெட் அடிக்கிற மெத்தட் வேற, இவன் அடிக்கிறது வேற. அதே மாதிரி அங்க இருக்கிற crime people, how they do is completely different. So that same algorithms will not work here. So you have to customize the algorithms as per the crimes which happens in the local area. For example, சென்னையில எடுத்துக்கோங்க, நிறைய செயின் ஸ்நாச்சிங்ஸ் வந்து நடக்கும். How can you prevent chain snatching using your artificial intelligence? There are standard algorithms where using the existing crime videos. இப்போ நம்ம ஒரு குழந்தைக்கு ஒரு ட்ரைனிங், ஒரு போலீஸ் ட்ரைனிங் எப்படி கொடுக்குறோமோ, the same way the algorithms should be given to the machine. That is called in AI machine learning and deep learning. Machine learning la deep learning is a subject where you train a specific activity and its precision. There are false positives and false negatives. When you go deep in the subject, we will know. இப்போ நம்மளுக்கு அது தேவையில்லை. At least you should understand the application and the essence of it. Later in the R&D center, you will learn a lot. So you have to feed at least thousands and lakhs of videos for the system to get perfected. ஒரு செயின் ஸ்நாட்சை வந்து மெஷின் கண்டுபிடிக்கணும் அப்படின்னு சொன்னா கேமரா. Now there are advanced cameras where our camera, what we have, will detect with the precision. பட்டன்ல இருக்கிற த்ரெட் கூட வந்து அது ப்ரிசைஸ்டா எடுக்கும். ஒரு 500 meters வரைக்கும் it can detect the number plate and identify crystal clear information. Now the cameras are available up to 4,000 feet. 4,000 feet வரைக்கும் it can identify clear informations. Okay, so in the system when you give chain snatching or 50,000 videos or 1 lakh videos நீங்க கொடுத்தீங்கன்னா the model, AI model, it is called as model, that model will get tuned so that it can identify chain snatching. இப்போ ஒரு chain snatching நடந்துருச்சு. அதுக்கப்புறம் 3 things we will see. One is prevention before it happens, and avoiding during it's happening, and after the crime. So இப்போ வந்து after the crime எடுத்துப்போம். So immediately the machine will alert the nearby police when we have assumed that we have a network of cameras with our algorithm which has trained the system to identify from the past experience of that particular crime. Then our machine, our bot, இப்போ நம்ம எந்திரன் படத்துல பார்த்த மாதிரி bots, so it can be physical or it can be virtual. Robots can be robotic text அப்படின்னு கேள்விப்பட்டிருக்கோம். It can be physical or virtual. Bots are nothing but you can train any bot for anything. So உங்களுக்கு ஒரு bot train பண்ணி எனக்கு இந்த specific activity பண்ணணும்னு சொன்னோம் ஒரு program நீங்க போட்டீங்கன்னா that is called a bot. So those algorithms can be trained to identify the crime and inform the nearby beat officers or police officers who are very near. It can inform the police station, it can inform the commissioner office, it can inform the DGP office, and it can inform all the police station which comes under that area. இப்போ escape ஆகி இவ்வளவு நேரத்துல எவ்வளவு தூரம் போக முடியும். So inform all the police stations. It is just a matter of sending the information. So what each policeman will have is a tracking application where and the camera triggerல வந்து எல்லாருக்கும் ஒரு alert வரும். So once they click the alert, they can see where that particular person who performed the crime. இப்போ 360 degreesல வந்து எத்தனை ரூட்ஸா அவன் எஸ்கேப் ஆக முடியும்ன்றது there will be a calculation. So in all the routes in the specific time periodல இங்க இருக்கிறான் அப்படின்றது it will identify and it will inform to the nearest police person so that they can easily nab, clear-ஆ தெரியும் எந்த இடத்துல where that criminal, the person who committed the crime is moving. So அப்படி வந்து you can prevent. And coming to the second point, during the crime, so it will keep watching, it knows the pattern. இப்படி நடந்தா இது இந்த crime தான் சொல்லிட்டு we have already trained. அந்த training பத்தி நம்ம அவ்வளோ பேச தேவையில்லை because you already know it. So the same way it will trigger இந்த இடத்துல crime நடந்துகிட்டு இருக்கு. So the nearby police, so they can at least prevent it. Okay, the first thing, even before the crime is happening, அது எப்படி நம்ம ட்ரெயின் பண்ணுவோம்? உங்களுக்கு தெரியும், ஒருத்த வரானா திருட்டு மொழி மொழிக்கிறான். ஓகே, அந்த திருட்டு மொழி வந்து you will take from 10,000 criminals, from thousands and millions of videos, feed the system. And அந்த ட்ரைனிங்க்கு வந்து there are specialists who can train the crime to the mission and fine tune. ஏன்னா ஃபால்ஸ் பாசிட்டிவ்ஸ் வரும் நிறைய வந்து அது கிரைம் இல்லாம இருக்கும், அதை கிரைமா காட்டும். ஸோ இந்த மாதிரி யூ ஹவ் டு ஃபைன் டியூன் த சிஸ்டம் அண்ட் அரைவ் அட் த கான்ஃபிடன்ஸ். வென் யூ ஷோ இட், it should able to identify, yes, this person is going to cause this crime. இந்த மாதிரி நடந்தா, இந்த மாதிரி behavior, from his action, from his walking, from his body language, the system will identify he is going to perform the crime. இப்போ பைக்ல வராங்க, அவன் எப்படி பார்க்கறான், எந்த ஸ்பீட்ல போறான். So I'm telling few factors. There will be millions of factors which should be given training to the bots or our model, so that probably 90% this person is going to cause crime. அவன் crime cause பண்ணலன்னா கூட பரவாயில்ல, but at least you have alerted. So system வந்து these cameras first level alert, that is before the crime is going to happen. Such robbery, in the மாதிரி different crimes, different training is needed for the system. So in the மாதிரி chain snatching is going to happen. Only in these scenarios it has happened before. But which time? ஒரு 6 மணி. ஃபேக்டர்ஸ் எல்லாம் பாருங்க. எப்போ நடக்கும்? மார்னிங், early morning, கோலம் போடும்போது, தெருவில் யாரும் இல்லாத, அந்த கண்டிஷன்ஸ் எல்லாம் ஃபீட் பண்ணும். ஸோ வாட் ஆர் த அதர் கண்டிஷன்ஸ்? ஸோ வென் சம்படி இஸ் கம்மிங், ஸோ இட் வில் alert. When somebody is coming, these people's verbal, body language will change. So how these people are behaving when somebody else, when there is a crowd, how these people move, in the bikes. So in the mari there are factors which will decide these people are criminals. So and the mari factors on the hundreds and thousands of factors are decided before the crime is happening. The police people வந்து தெரியும். So அந்த மாதிரி well trained criminals பத்தி they will sit and train the model. Domain experts ன்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. இப்போ police training கொடுக்குறோம்னா, police crime prevention and the model training, we have police people who are 40 years, 50 years experience. Either they will say, yes, this is correct, this is not correct. So like that, the model is trained to prevent the crimes. இந்த மாதிரி train பண்ணி நம்ம போட்டோம்னா, these cameras will help us to prevent. யாருமே இல்லாத தெருவில், it will be watching. So if it finds suspicious moving of a vehicle, suspicious moving of a person with, okay, next thing, ஆயுதங்கள் கையில வச்சிருக்கிறது, gun, கத்தி, அந்த மாதிரி. So that also the machine will get trained. So that whether the person is having a weapon or not, அப்படின்றதும் முன்னாடியே சொல்லிடுங்க. So the police who is going to that place, they will be well equipped. அவங்ககிட்ட கன், இந்த மாதிரி ஆயுதம் இருக்குன்னா, they will see what kind of, so அதை prevent பண்றதுக்கு என்ன வேணும், what is the better equipment they should have, and what is the force they should have, எல்லாமே including terrorists. அப்படி வந்து ஒரு டெரர் அட்டாக், இந்த மாதிரி சிஸ்டம் நம்மளுக்கு இருந்ததுன்னா பாம்பேல அந்த டெரர் அட்டாக் நடந்திருக்காது. Because it could have identified a person walking with the machine gun, right? You have seen 2611. So railway station la, so while he is moving itself, அவன் வந்து பேர் மெஷின் கன் AK-47 எடுத்துட்டு தான் அவன் போயிட்டு இருக்கான். So if such system is there, hundreds of people வந்து இறந்திருக்க மாட்டாங்க, right? So இந்த மாதிரி the movement of the criminals, even next level. So this is how the machine learning is given to prevent the crimes. You will train the machine for each and every crime. Okay, fine. Coming back to Yadav, who was questioned, sir, idu use panni definitely it is possible. Appa how? When you can prevent, you can also, appa katti irukku, காய்கறியும் நறுக்கலாம், கழுத்தையும் அறுக்கலாம். The same formula applies to artificial intelligence. அப்ப ஏன் சார் யூஸ் பண்ணணும்? நீ யூஸ் பண்ணலன்னா இன்னும் மோசமாயிடும், right? So in any technology, it can be used for plus and minus. So when you are in a preventive measure, when you use artificial intelligence, then you are called as the blue AI. When you are doing the same thing, இப்போ cyber attacks வந்து, you use the machine learning to identify what are the preventive measures and attack accordingly. Because I don't want to talk much about the red AI, because இப்போ நான் சொல்றதே நிறைய பேர் வந்து crime பண்ண தூண்டி விட்டுரும். So it is better not to reveal so many things where how you can perform crime that is morally unethical. So all I reveal is how we have to prevent. Machine learning, you have to, it is a combating factor. Every day there are millions of malwares which is coming and invading into our system. So they are also using artificial intelligence to find out which system is prone. It keep on sensing that system. Whenever there is a weak network, it just penetrates. So அதே same artificial intelligence, again we have to come. இப்போ terrorists இருக்காங்க, so we are also having police. So terrorists இருக்காங்க, அவங்க எப்படி இன்வைட் பண்றாங்க, அதனால வந்து we cannot keep on அவங்க கிட்ட AK-47 இருக்கு, நம்ம கிட்ட வந்து அந்த பழைய துப்பாக்கி மட்டும் இருந்தா we cannot fight back. They can fire and invade things. So same way artificial intelligence also works. So in negative side, in red AI, they use that. So every day we are evolving and they are also evolving. So it is a continuous fight between negative and positives. So now it becomes more essential and mandatory to learn artificial intelligence because it is also going to the negative side. So it is a must for each and every individual to know the basics of AI so that you can protect yourself, you can prevent yourself. So once you know, you will also know, once you know artificial intelligence, how you can protect, you will also know how he will invade you. So it is a continuous learning, continuous protection system. It is not one rule. Artificial intelligence is not a software where you can install and forget it will take care. No, it is an evolving system where the attackers also will use and preventers we also have to evolve. So what is the catch here? We should always be one step ahead of the attackers. They know AI and you should know better AI so that you can prevent yourself. Both of them having, if he is having, now we have India is having Rafale, right? And now enemy countries are playing low profile because they know the capability of Rafale, where from this one place it can fire the missile to 100 kilometers without crossing the border. So the same way we use AI, better equip AI, and we should be in 100 miles. We should learn the technology so that any malpractices, any malware they use using the same AI can be prevented. That's how we should protect ourselves. So Yadav, really thank you so much for raising such a thing. And yes, this is why we should learn AI. It is because of the point Yadav has raised. We should be always alert, protect and prevent ourselves. And another girl has raised a beautiful message, like, so with the video and this is called vision technologies. The AI using camera, analyze everything and train the camera. So that's AI. And one more benefit I would like to talk about is, if anyone is under danger. So now there are a lot of applications available where you can use the mobile, but still the use of the application in emergency periods are very low. Now there are applications available and we have to take upfront. I invite all the people to think in this direction and develop applications and algorithms in this directions, and we are there to help you out. A camera, everywhere CCTV cameras are there, and the algorithm, this is the thing which we have proposed to the Commissioner of Police here, but unluckily the COVID has come. If COVID has not come, whatever you have seen in the video, it would have been there in Chennai city. It would have been there because the product got approved. I got approved from the commissioner and he has forwarded it, and I have done all the groundwork. And when I was about to start implementing this AI to prevent crimes in city, the COVID has started, so it has slowed down. And the good news is our Indian government has invited top people in AI to big giants in the corporate software industry to come and take part to implement artificial intelligence network for the crime prevention. Someone has Divya, can you come up and tell me what exactly you would like to tell, because it is difficult to understand from the text.
சார் நம்மளோட டேட்டா கலெக்ஷன்ல இப்ப ஹேக்கர் வந்து எடுத்துக்கிறாங்கன்னா அவங்களும் லேப்டாப்பும் இதானே சார் யூஸ் பண்ணுவாங்க, வேற யாராவது ஒருத்தர் பார்க்க மாட்டாங்களா?
இல்ல எனக்கு கரெக்டா புரியல. அவங்களும் லேப்டாப் தான் யூஸ் பண்றாங்க, நம்ம டேட்டாவை அவங்க ஹேக் பண்றாங்க. கரெக்ட். அதுக்கப்புறம் என்ன சொல்ல வரீங்க?
அவங்க டேட்டாவை யாரையும் ஹேக் பண்ண மாட்டாங்க, நம்மள இருந்து எடுக்கிறது எல்லாத்தையுமே.
Fantastic. See, by Divya's thing, you are going to learn one more thing that is called offensive and defensive hacking. So you can use artificial intelligence in both way, offensive and defensive. The difference is defensive அப்படின்னா only prevention. Somebody is hacking your system, you come to know that they are hacking, so you defend. நீ அடிக்க கூடாது, யாராவது அங்க அடிச்சா நீ தடுத்துக்கிட்டே இருக்கிறது தான் வந்து டிஃபென்சிவ் மெத்தட். அஃபென்சிவ் மீன்ஸ் வாட் ஷி இஸ் டெல்லிங், சார் அவங்க வந்து ஹேக் பண்றாங்க நம்மளுடைய சிஸ்டம்ல இருந்து, அவங்க டேட்டாவை யாரும் ஹேக் பண்ண மாட்டாங்க, யாரும் தேவையில்லை. உன்னுடைய சிஸ்டம் அவன் ஹேக் பண்றான், நீயே அவனுடைய சிஸ்டம் டேமேஜ் பண்ணிடலாம். தேர் ஆர் சிஸ்டம்ஸ் அவைலபிள், யூ கேன் ரைட் அ ப்ரோக்ராம் ensuring that if somebody is invading your system, either you can defend or offend. Offendna தடுத்துட்டு அவங்கள ஒரு அடி கொடுக்கிறது. So the same way, if somebody is hacking, you are 100% sure, ஏன்னா most of the time hacking there should not be any false things. அவங்களுக்கே தெரியாம some data or through third party things, அவங்களுடைய en route with their other laptop, they might be innocent, வேற யாராவது அவங்க லேப்டாப் மூலமா அவங்க ஹேக் பண்ணலாம். So you have to be 100% sure to take offensive mechanism to handle the hacking. You can do it. There are algorithms, there are software, there are tools, where if you can launch the offensive system, it will go and break their data, it will delete the data. It is definitely available. So you have to be very careful because the law will be behind you, and definitely you have to face the consequences of the law when you make an offensive, because they will be ஏதாவது ஒரு மில்லியன் அவங்க இன்ஷூர் பண்ணி வச்சிருப்பாங்க அந்த டேட்டாவை for millions and billions of rupees, then you will be held responsible if they come across. Yes, ஒரு ஹேக்கர் என்ன பண்ணாருன்னா, ஒரு அமெரிக்கன் யூனிவர்சிட்டியினுடைய இதுல வந்து he has deleted all the data. அவங்க கண்டுபிடிக்கவே முடியல. what he has done, ஒரு 100 கம்ப்யூட்டர்ஸ்க்கு en route வச்சுக்கிட்டார் ரூட் பண்றதுக்கு, ஒன் பை ஒன். ஸோ ட்ரேஸ் பண்ணவே முடியல. ஸோ ஃபைனலி ஒரு கம்ப்யூட்டர் ட்ரேஸ் பண்ணா அந்த கம்ப்யூட்டரை வந்து he has destroyed, so that அதுக்கு மேல you cannot trace it. Then again, so அந்த எப்படியோ somehow they could able to trace with some other forensics tools. So you have raised a very good point. So அதனால best thing is the knowledge and attitude. சார் ஏதாவது சாஃப்ட்வேர் இருக்கா நம்மள ப்ரிவென்ட் பண்ணிக்கிறதுக்கு அப்படின்னா, there is no software available in the world to prevent any kind of hackings. It is an attitude, it is an attitudinal change in us which will protect you from all kinds of hackings. That is the only thing. I have been with the government. Which government அப்படின்றது கேட்காதீங்க. So in one of the national topmost agency, so I've been called to give an advice to prevent the hackings. They showed some system. So this is the system which is being hacked, and derogatory and unparliamentary words, ரொம்ப தரக்குறைவான வார்த்தைகளால வந்து அதுல போட்டிருப்பாங்க. So I've seen all those things. I have told only one thing: if you have a sensitive data, you have to protect. You physically disconnect it, disconnect all the pen drives, USB, CDs, any external inputs, and physically protect it. That's the only way you can prevent it. Because you can tell Windows have one of the best antivirus in the world. Nothing like that. Even some antivirus வந்து அவனே antivirus விடுறான். Because in our research we have found out the same antivirus is releasing viruses. He is connecting virus so that legally you cannot file a case on him. So intelligent. நீங்க டெஸ்ட் பண்ணி பாருங்க, ஏதாவது ஒரு ஆன்டிவைரஸ் சாஃப்ட்வேர் போட்டு, ஃபேமஸ் ஆன்டிவைரஸ் சாஃப்ட்வேர், அந்த ஆன்டிவைரஸ் சாஃப்ட்வேரை நீங்க வந்து uninstall பண்ணிடுங்க. Immediately lot of viruses will pop up. How it will pop up? because he will, when you uninstall, he will show the root. See, this is the system which is prone. அவனுக்கு தெரியும் என்ன போர்ட் ஓப்பன் ஆயிருக்கு உங்களோட சிஸ்டம்ல, எந்தெந்த ஏரியாஸ் வீக்கா இருக்கு. He knows. He will go and inform that network, go and attack. He might not be directly involved, but indirectly where you can never sue or fight with him legally. அந்த மாதிரி he will show அந்த இடத்துல வந்து வீக்கா இருக்கு, நீங்க போங்க. So again, you will not have any other no other way rather than to install his software. So the best way is to protect as of Windows is concerned. நீங்க antivirus software பெருசா எதுவும் இன்ஸ்டால் பண்ண தேவையில்லை. There is something called Windows Defender. அதை மட்டும் keep it on and ensure that all virus information database is up to date. So that will prevent, ஏன்னா அவனுடைய விண்டோஸை காப்பாத்துறதுக்கு அவனுக்கு தெரியும். So that is the best way I can recommend, so that you will not spend money in buying antivirus software. Best thing is don't install any app if you do not know about it. So before I complete, I think already time is up. So only few minutes, I'll just complete with few more things, few points. Yes, the last but the final thing is, never give your information, PII information, so that they can invade you. நீங்க ஏதாவது ஒரு தெரியாம கிளிக் பண்ணிட்டீங்கன்னா ஆன்லைன் e-commerce சைட்ஸ்ல, நீங்க எங்க போனாலும் அது விடாது உங்களை. It will keep on sending. So on the tracking, there are certain, even if you don't use cookies, there are very advanced versions so that they can track you. So always be careful before you click, and take all precautionary measures so that you will not go and visit unwanted, unauthorized links. So next thing, one of my friend working in a very big corporate, 7 to 8 years back, he has written an algorithm. எல்லாருக்குமே ரொம்ப யூஸ்ஃபுல்லா கேட்டுக்கோங்க. நீங்க வந்து there will be incognito window. நீங்க browserல எந்த சைட் போய் பாக்குறீங்க அப்படின்னு தெரியாம இருக்கிறதுக்கு something called incognito window. நீங்க அதுல போயிட்டீங்கன்னா he will say that browsing history will not be saved. Yes, definitely it is true. In usual methods it is not saved. எல்லாருக்கும் என்ன தெரியாது அப்படின்னா, even if you go into incognito window and visit some sites, it is possible that we can retrieve the data in all the sites you have visited. So you have to be absolutely careful. ஏன்னா இந்த இன்ஃபர்மேஷன் உங்க லேப்டாப்ல இல்லாம இருக்கலாம், but it will be there with the government agency and the service provider. There is one software in India. அந்த சாஃப்ட்வேர்னு சொல்ல முடியாது, அது சிஸ்டம், இன்டெலிஜென்ஸ் மானிட்டரிங் சிஸ்டம் நெட்வொர்க், அது இந்தியன் கவர்மெண்ட் யூஸ் பண்றாங்க. ஸோ இட் இஸ் கீப்பிங் வாட்ச் ஆஃப் எவ்ரி ஒன் ஆன் த நெட் on what kind of activity they are doing. But now in the past 5 to 6 years, our intelligence network in India has become very, very, very strong, and we have to be really proud of it. Preventing crimes, very big crimes, major terrorist attack. இது எப்படி ஃபாலோ பண்றாங்கன்னா, நான் சொன்னேன், like one of my friend has written an algorithm. அதுல வந்து ஒரு இன்டர்நேஷனல் ஆன்டி சோஷியல் எலிமெண்ட்டை வந்து பிடிச்சாங்க. எப்படி பிடிச்சாங்கன்னா, சோஷியல் மீடியால இந்த அல்காரிதம் வந்து ஈவன் நீங்க வந்து உங்களுடைய ஐடி சேஞ்ச் பண்ணலாம், இமெயில் சேஞ்ச் பண்ணலாம், உங்களை ட்விட்டர் அக்கௌண்ட், ஃபேஸ்புக் அக்கௌண்ட் எல்லாமே கூட சேஞ்ச் பண்ணி, உங்க ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் யாருமே உங்களுக்கு தெரிஞ்ச ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் இல்லாம கூட இருக்கலாம். பட் there are algorithms where they can find out it is you, even if you don't post any of your photograph. அது எப்படி ஒர்க் பண்றதுன்னு I cannot reveal it now because it is a very proprietary thing. So with that algorithms, they can identify. நீங்க டெக்ஸ்ட் போஸ்ட் பண்ணா போதும், if you make your presence, that is enough. It can identify it is you and it is you only. அந்த மாதிரி they have found the presence of the terrorist in that particular area. அதனால ensure that you will not give your device location to all the apps. App install பண்ணும்போது அது கேட்கும், அது என்ன கேட்டாலும் நம்ம வந்து ஓகே 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 we will tell always, but it should not be so. அவன் கேட்கறான்னு, அவன் என்ன கேட்கறான்னு பாருங்க ஃபர்ஸ்ட். எல்லா டிவைஸ் லொகேஷன் கேட்பாங்க ஃபார் பெட்டர் ரிசல்ட்ஸ். ஈவன் கூகுளே கேட்பான். டோன்ட், இஃப் இட் இஸ் அப்சல்யூட்லி நெசசரி இல்லை அப்படின்னா டிவைஸ் லொகேஷன் கொடுக்காதீங்க. டிவைஸ் லொகேஷன் என்னன்னா நம்மளுடைய பிசினஸ் இன்ஃபர்மேஷன் அகைன். ஏன்னா மறுபடியும் அதை ஹேக் பண்ணும்போது அகைன் வி ஆர் இன்டு மோர் ட்ரபிள். இந்த டிவைஸ் லொகேஷனால என்ன பிசினஸ் வைஸ் என்ன லாபம் அப்படின்னு சொன்னா, இந்த டாப் ஜெயின்ஸ்க்கு வந்து இந்த இன்ஃபர்மேஷனை வச்சு தே வில் செல் த ஐட்டம்ஸ். இந்த லொகேஷன்ல இருந்து தீஸ் பீப்புள் ஆர் பையிங் தீஸ் திங்ஸ். தே நோ எக்ஸாக்ட்லி இன் அண்ணா நகர், அமிஞ்சிக்கரை ஆர் திருவள்ளூர் ஆர் வேறவர் இன் தர்மபுரி, தீஸ் ஆர் த ஐட்டம்ஸ் விச் வில் பி சோல்ட். ஸோ அவங்களுக்கு கவலையே இல்லை. இதனால என்ன ஆகும்? the local people will get affected. Only the top e-commerce giants will be surviving. So இந்த இன்ஃபர்மேஷன் எல்லாம் வந்து it will prevent from small crimes to bigger crimes. So before I complete, there is some last point which I would like to tell is before going to the question session. So I invite all of you to join your hands and contribute yourself and become stars, superstars in the area of, in any domain you want. Artificial intelligence is not specific to the software alone. It can be applied right from civil engineering to mechanical engineering to any engineering, not only in engineering, any domain. So I invite you all to join this research and development center and make your life in flying colors. You can definitely, I assure you that in couple of years, maybe in 2 years or 3 years or 4 years, your life will become very bright, and make use of this wonderful opportunity. And I leave it to now your doubt session or questions session starts. Yes. Thank you all for your very patient listening. And please come up. I think Harish is trying to talk something. Yes, any other doubts?
சார் நீங்க என்ன சொன்னாலும் நான் ஏஐ நம்புற மாதிரி இல்ல சார்.
Yes, Yadav, I leave you in your place and
நீங்க இப்போ ஒருத்தங்க செயின் ஸ்நாக்கிங் பத்தி சொன்னீங்கல்ல சார்.
Yes பா.
நீங்க ஏஐ பத்தி சொல்றீங்க சார். பட் ஆனா அது நம்ம அதை வந்து ஓகே, அது எப்படின்னா வந்து ஒரு 70% வேணா ட்ரஸ்ட் பண்ணலாம், ஓகேங்களா. ஆனா அதையே நீங்க வந்து ஒரு டாகை ட்ரெயின் பண்ணி கூட வச்சீங்கன்னா வந்து உங்களுக்கு வந்து இன்னும் பெட்டர் சார். ஒரு ஏஐ விட ஒரு டாக் வந்து பெட்டர், புரியுதுங்களா. ஒரு செல்ஃப் டிஃபென்ஸ் வந்து இன்னும் பெட்டர். நீங்க வந்து எல்லா இடத்துலயுமே டெக்னாலஜி சொல்றீங்க இல்லையா. நான் வந்து எப்பயுமே வந்து டெக்னாலஜி வந்து சப்போர்ட்டே பண்ண மாட்டேன் அதுக்கு, ஓகேங்களா. அது எப்பயுமே வந்து டெக்னாலஜின்றது வந்து ரொம்ப வீக் தான், எப்படி இருந்தாலும் சரி. ரீசெண்டா பாத்தீங்கன்னா கூட என்னோட FB அக்கௌண்ட் வந்து ஹேக் பண்ணிட்டாங்க. அது எப்பன்னா நைட் வந்து கரண்ட் இல்ல, நான் ஸ்டேட்டஸ்ல கூட போட்டேன். அது என்ன ஆச்சுன்னா வந்து நார்மலா பாத்தீங்கன்னா லிங்க் காமிச்சு இந்த மாதிரி தான் வந்து பண்ணுவாங்க. அது ஆக்சுவலா வந்து வாட்ஸ்அப்ல இருந்து ஒரு கால் வந்தது. நான் நார்மலா என்ன பண்ணேன்னா ஃபர்ஸ்ட் வாட்டி ரிஜெக்ட் பண்ணிட்டேன். செகண்ட் வாட்டி அட்டன் பண்ண உடனே பாத்தீங்கன்னா உங்க ஃபேஸ்புக் அக்கௌண்ட் வந்து OTP வந்து அக்கௌண்ட் ரிகவர்னு வந்துச்சு. சரி ஸ்டாப் பண்ணேன். அப்புறம் மெயில் ஐடியா வந்துச்சு. பட் ஆனா ஆக்சுவலா என்னன்னா நான் சேம் நம்பர்ல வந்து நான் மல்டிபிள் அக்கௌண்ட் வச்சிருந்தனால ஒரு ஃபேக்கான அக்கௌண்ட் வந்து அந்த ஹேக்கர் வந்து ஹேக் பண்ணிட்டான். அதனால அப்போதைக்கு நான் தப்பிச்சிட்டேன். ஸோ என்ன சொல்ல வரேன்னா வந்து இப்போ நீங்க வந்து இப்போ OTP சொல்றீங்க, OTP தான் மெயின்ன்றதுனால ஒரு டிவைஸ் யூஸ் பண்றீங்கன்னா அந்த நம்பர் யூஸ் பண்றீங்கன்னா அந்த நம்பரை வந்து ஒரு நெட் இல்லாத நார்மலா ஒரு 2G போன்ல யூஸ் பண்ணுங்க அந்த சிம்மை, ஓகேங்களா. OTPக்கு மட்டும் நீங்க வந்து அதை பார்த்து இதுல காப்பி பண்ணி யூஸ் பண்ற மாதிரி மட்டும் தான் இருக்குமே தவிர அந்த சிம் வந்து உங்க மொபைல்லயே இருந்தா கன்ஃபார்மா ஹேக் பண்ணிடுவாங்க, ஓகேங்களா. அதே மாதிரி இப்போ வந்து வாட்ஸ்அப் மூலமா OTP வந்து ஹேக் பண்றாங்க. அப்போ நீங்க என்ன பண்ணணும்னா வாட்ஸ்அப் வந்து உங்களுக்கு நிறைய பேர் வந்து நிறைய வீட்டில் நிறைய மல்டிபிள் டிவைசஸ் வச்சிருப்பீங்க. சோ அந்த வாட்ஸ்அப்கான OTP வந்து வேற போன்ல வர மாதிரியும் என்னென்ன OTP இப்போ வந்து ஒரு டிவைஸ்ல வந்து மல்டிபிள் அக்கௌண்ட் இருக்குன்னா அதுக்கு சிம் வந்து ஒரே சிம் தான் வச்சிருப்பீங்க. அதுக்கான எல்லா OTPயும் வந்து எல்லாம் இந்த சிம்முக்கே வர மாதிரி இருக்கும். சோ அதை வந்து கொஞ்சம் தடுத்தீங்கன்னா வேற சிம்முக்கு வர மாதிரி இருந்துச்சுன்னா வந்து அவங்களுக்கு வந்து தெரியாது, அவங்களுக்கு ஹேக் பண்ண முடியாது அந்த OTP மெயின்.
Wonderful, Yadav. Very good. See, this point, ஏன்னா எல்லாமே எல்லாருக்குமே தெரியாது, பட் வாட் ஹிஸ் கன்சர்ன் அண்ட் ஹிஸ் பாயிண்ட் இஸ் வெரி மச் அப்ரிஷியபிள் அண்ட் ரியலி ஐ வெல்கம் Yadav and I request you to stay in your place in the sense, you have to be. And if you are not strong, abdina, the technology, other side on the, see, I am presenting the things. I'm not telling you how to follow. What I'm telling is I'm just sharing what we have implemented across the globe. I want the Indian students to be aware of the technology. If you are not, அதுதான் நான் சொல்ல வரேன், whether உங்களுக்கு டெக்னாலஜி பிடிக்குமா இல்லையா அப்படின்றது இங்க கொஸ்டின் கிடையாது. When somebody knows, when having some machine gun, நீங்க வந்து ஒரு கத்தி வச்சுக்கிட்டு you cannot survive. So what I'm inviting my fellow men, my fellow Indians is, I have seen what it is across the globe and how people are invading into our system. If you do not know how to protect yourself, and if you do not use AI to protect yourself, and you will be invaded and you will be rolled like anything. So all I'm telling is not asking you to learn AI for no use. I am telling you, you don't have any option rather than to learn it. If you are not, then we are in dangerous situations, because the world will roll us. Because now we are the world's most consuming population. That is, we are not creators. We are not the creators of WhatsApp. We are not the creators of Facebook. We are not. That is what we are trying. Let us be creators of the world. Now we are the number one consumers of internet and applications across the world. That's why the giants are pouring inside India and trying to invade us. What we are telling is, with our experience, we know the world, we have implemented the same AI we have implemented in a country for the intelligence agencies, and the confidence level is, sometimes it is 99%, sometimes it is 90%. Dog, you have told we can use. Yes, definitely you can use. But 24/7, how many dogs you can use? A single camera at a time can find out 5,000 to 10,000 people crimes within fraction of seconds. A dog have limited view. How many people it can watch? Can it give a car running very fast? How far the dog can run? Can it prevent? An AI system, if it is implemented, a robbery has happened in Ananagar, and it is fast moving vehicle. An AI system will inform all the police, but how can the dog catch how fast it will run? Just imagine. So we cannot compare the dog with the AI system, because it's a fraction of second. It can do millions of combinations. It can nab the criminal wherever he is. So what we are trying to tell is, whatever we have implemented, what are the benefits we have seen scientifically, that is what we are trying to bring it to India. And we are trying to share our experience with the budding people, so that in professionally you will be very high, and your career will be very high, and you will be, because when you learn AI, you will have a 30% hike in your salaries. See, why we are studying? You have to settle in a good life. There are so many benefits. So we will discuss more, because limited time. Already I have crossed the time, and we are running 20 minutes more. What I have been given is only up to 12. So I really appreciate your interest. So congratulations and all the best. And soon we will meet at the SVCT Research Center. So anything else apart from this?
சார், நம்ம சிஸ்டம் ஒழுங்கா அந்த ஏஐயும் வேணாம் தானே சார்?
சிஸ்டம் ஒழுங்கா இல்லையம்மா.
அதான் சார், ஒழுங்கா இல்ல. அதனால தான் எல்லாத்தையும்
Exactly. You are absolutely right. Our system is not, perfect. So definitely we need AI. See, AI வந்து only crime மட்டும் கிடையாது, because the topic is so I am telling you, talking all things about AI. I will tell you the benefits in medical industry. இன்னைக்கு மெடிக்கல் இண்டஸ்ட்ரியில ஏஐ இல்ல அப்படின்னு சொன்னா, கோவிட்க்கு வந்து இவ்வளவு ஃபாஸ்டா வேக்சின் வந்திருக்கவே சான்ஸ் இல்லை. It would have taken 10 years. I will tell you how AI used. ஆனா அது வெளியே வரல, because I know many scientists, I have spoke to them. So far in the history, the molecules text பாத்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு millions of pages இருக்கும். அதெல்லாம் படிச்சு புரிஞ்சுக்க முடியாது. So it is already available in data format. So they have written many algorithms to find out which molecule is good for this kind of structure of this organism of this virus, and what is the structure of this virus. இந்த மாதிரி ஸ்ட்ரக்சர் வந்து எங்கெங்க வந்து இருந்திருக்கு. So millions of combinations, it has gone through, and very quickly they could able to bring and save millions of lives. அப்படின்னு கோவிட் பாத்தீங்க அப்படின்னா it is because of AI. So அந்த மாதிரி there are a lot of gadgets available to wearable gadgets. So before you reach the hospital, this AI algorithm will find out which is the nearest hospital, what is his BP, what is his blood sugar, what is the condition of the patient, and before the patient reaches the hospital, the doctors and the emergency department will be ready with all the equipments and medicines which needs to be served. So there are ambulances which is available with life supporting equipments required for this particular patient for this condition, and those things, all these things these AI algorithms will do. So it is saving the world. So in the Mari, I can keep talking for days together on the benefits of AI. So definitely, as Yadav said, there are negative side, but because of that, if we are not using the technology, and there will be more danger than combating, at least you have to protect yourself, right? At least for that purpose, you have to be. Okay, thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Any last question?
Fine, sir. I think
Okay.
we'll close the session with that.
Yes.
Thank you so much, sir. It was such a power-packed and knowledge-packed session, and we really, we have already gone past the time, so we really can't find words to thank industry legends like you coming up and spending so much of your time to educate students. And I think this kind gesture will take these students a very long way. We are so indebted to thank you from the bottom of our hearts for sharing all such wonderful information. It was such a pleasure having you with us. Thank you so much, and we are really looking forward to work with you in the future.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Abdul, for this wonderful opportunity to share the pleasure and the industry experience. I'm really happy to see, if nobody would have asked the questions, I would have been demotivated, and it will not spark up, because I cannot keep all the information in my mind, and I do not know what to express and what not. So since the students are very bright, very fiery, and they're springing up, and they're openly expressing their concerns, so that is the one which makes me and my knowledge and experience to share to the right people. And I think the students are very good, and I could able to see and compare these students with the topmost creamy students in the society in other colleges. So I think there is a very bright side for all these students. ஒரு பானை சோத்துக்கு ஒரு சோறு பதம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. So with few people's questions, I could able to analyze and imagine the depth and the width and depth of your knowledge. So all the best, students. So you can keep in touch with SVCT Research Center. So soon you can expect a lot of activities which is really helping the society, and which will really elevate your career. Not only your career, your personal life, the society, and the entire nation. There is a lot of contribution waiting from your side for the nation. Thank you, and Jai Hind, and my heartfelt thanks to the chairman, vice chairman, the CEO, and Mr. Abdul Wahad, and all the teachers, staff of our SVCT. Thank you. Jai Hind once again.
Thank you, sir. It was a pleasure having you with us.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Parmesh.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Sashikila. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks to all the
Thank you.
lovely
Thank you,
students
sir.
for your patience.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you,
And
sir.
stay tuned to our social media pages for further update on further sessions. We'll be conducting
Thank you.
knowledge series on every Saturday, so the update will be reaching you by every
Thank you,
Wednesday.
sir.
So you can
Thank
always fine tune to our social media pages to know about us. With that note, a huge thanks to all the participants. We'll hope to meet you on one fine day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.